So we'll just sit here and watch the spinny of death. There we go. I think we are live. So, hey, Trish, I want to welcome you here to DW Nation, the Drowning Warrior part of the Drowning Warrior podcast. So, and Trish, you and I have been talking for quite some time here. You've actually been a guest on our podcast with your Tiny Turtles swim school. And tell us a little bit about, first of all, let's set up the background because we're going to get into your new program in here just a minute. And I hope everybody's got their coffee. I've got my coffee here this morning. So, or have your favorite drink as long as it's legal, I guess. We'll say that. And you're not drinking and driving. But anyways, give us a little bit of background, just, what you do. Because I know you wear a lot of different hats, and you also work with me on my health and all those things. So, I want to make sure we put a plug there. Good morning, Nicole.
I do. So I wear a lot of different hats. I feel like I've been called to a lot of different areas of life. And in basic, the bottom underlying is always, I feel like I'm a teacher. I feel like I've been downloaded messages and I need to get these messages out. And that's my mission. That's my duty. So I'm first and foremost a mother of 4 children. 3 of them are grown. I still have 1 at home. So that's my number one most important job, is being a mom. But really, I have a wellness group, which I know Richard through the wellness group. We met through doing a podcast for the Drowning Warriors and Nation. And but then it kind of evolved. We never know why people are placed into our lives. I believe that people come into our lives for a reason, and we cross paths for a reason. So we've been working on nutrition. I have a wellness group online, operate that through a Facebook group. I also have a coaching program where I coach people through holistic health with some business partners, a neuroscientist, a neurosurgeon, and a PA. I also own a swim school in Orlando, Florida. I've been teaching babies and children how to swim for the past 18 years. 3 years ago now, I started my own swim school where I actually have brought in instructors and then trained instructors and have grown the swim school. And we teach survival swimming. So I was originally trained in the survival swimming methods of swim and float. So when a child accidentally falls into a body of water, they know to look for their air and then turn onto their back and be in a restful, peaceful float until they're, somebody can come and rescue them, or they can get to an edge. So that's kind of what I've started multiple businesses over, the past 20 years. I've been self-employed for 20 years and love it. Love working for myself.
Yeah, it's a whole different world. If you ever go work for yourself and then try to go back to a job, forget that. I can't. I don't play well with others in that respect. I work too hard. I think and they don't. They don't enjoy that. But hey, Trish, I know you shared with me several months ago as you were working on a program, and one of the challenges around becoming a swim instructor. Being that's what you do, tell us a little bit, what are some of the challenges that you see in the industry when people want to get into this business and do what it is that you do? What are some of the challenges that people are faced with?
Well, what I see that there's such there's such a differential of swim lessons. We've got swim lessons that are survival swimming lessons. And then you've got another group of swim lessons that, are assisted swim, head out of the water. They're kind of geared towards an older group of children, but unfortunately they're taught to younger children. And there's just such a differential on, which is the way to go. Okay. And the survival swimming really teaches the children to be completely and 100% independent in the water. So I can take a 6-month-old, put him in the middle of a pool, let him go, and they know what to do. Okay, so it's a completely, there's such a wide spectrum of swim lessons. And so, but what we've seen is that the swim lessons that are geared more towards survival, they're very costly to get trained in that technique, because those techniques, they're a lot to do with behaviorism, schedules of reinforcement. There's a lot of psychological factors behind teaching that. It's more of a specialized skill. So traditionally, it has been, between $12,000 and $20,000 to get trained in that. Also, it's about a 4 to 6 week program where it's intense training of, 8 hours in the water, and it's just super costly and time. So what's happened and what I've seen is that we don't have that many instructors that are trained in those skill levels because of those constraints of the time and the money. So since I've been able to take my wellness business, and I've been able to grow it online, and I've been able to coach people, thousands of people around the world, and make a difference. I thought, okay, how can I solve this problem? How can I take what I know, okay, and what I've been able to achieve and able to do, and take it and put it straight into and apply the same principles to teaching instructors this amazing skill. And so that's really what I've come up with. I've come up with a way that is more cost effective to get this message out there. And I'm kind of turning the industry upside down. I think I'm going to make a lot of people a little upset because they've held all this information. They don't want to give this information out for next to nothing. They value it at 12,000 to 20,000. So, but I really believe that with technology the way it is, with the internet, with being able to take videos on our phone, being able to share so much information so fast, through online presence, I think we can get this done. And I think we can get way more instructors skilled and give them the knowledge to use these skills to in turn teach more survival swimming lessons and save more lives.
Right, right. Well, one of the things that I see with what you're doing, because you're going to have a Facebook group, you've got some coaching, so and we'll make sure that also you go to it's in the headline here, and the title is the link to your website, which is safeswimminglessons.com. And so if you want to learn more about that, I would suggest just go there. There's a video, there's all those good things and everything. But I think one of the things that you're doing with the coaching program, and you held up your cell phone there, and is that because of technology, okay, you as the instructor or the coach in this matter, you could actually show up in a virtual way through this Zoom app in a live situation, a live training, and actually give instruction and coaching instruction to people that are working with you. I think that's, where now they don't have to spend all that money and travel across the country, and you can have some really great one-on-one instruction as somebody's, going through a program. And but tell us a little bit about exactly what they're going to get if somebody wants to work directly with you to learn this, because I think you shared with me yesterday when we were talking, you're going to start, there's some different facets. So you're just not going to jump in the pool and immediately start working with 6-month-old babies day one. So I think you've kind of got a progression process here, right?
Right. So the first course that I'm releasing, and it's up live now, it is geared towards learning how to teach a 2-year-old to a 5-year-old the survival technique. And so what it is, it's an online course that you log into, and there's 10 different modules. In the modules, you're going to learn the techniques and the philosophy behind what we're doing. There's a ton of videos that I've put in there. GoPro, I love GoPro because we can take some great underwater shots so you can see exactly what's going on under the surface of the water. So in that module, you would log in and you would just go through the techniques, learning, breath control, the progression of the lessons, the swim, the proper posture, floating, the rotation, maintenance lessons. It just takes you through the whole entire course. And that's where you're learning the nuts and bolts of everything. And then you're attached to a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, where on that group, that's where you're going to get the year support of coaching one-on-one. So for example, today, we're going to tape a whole entire we're going to tape 2 lessons, 10-minute lessons from start to finish. So now you've got the philosophy and the nuts and bolts, and okay, this is what she's doing, this is progression. And then you're going to see, we're going to just continue in that Facebook group, just loading up actual 10-minute lessons. So now it's going to make sense. And then it's going to be practice. You're going to practice. You're going to come across a roadblock. You're going to be able to ask me specifically. I'm going to be able to give you the input. I'm going to be able to film stuff if you ask me, hey, how do I do this rotation? Are my hands right? You can do your filming. I totally suggest that you guys film yourself so that I can go back and critique. So even though we're not in the same location, we're really seeing everything that's going on with technology. And I believe that can work wonders. I am right now looking for 10 instructors. I've already got 1. I'm looking for 9 more instructors to be part of a beta group. So that you will be giving me feedback so that we can really perfect this program. If we need to make the videos more professional, or, I need the feedback to tell me what you guys need, what can help you so we can really perfect this program. So right now I'm looking for 9 more beta testers, and I'm offering this at a huge discount, 50% off. So if you go to that link, you'll be able to see all the pricing, and you'll be able to purchase right there online. You just click the button and then you get an email, you get access to the back course. I put you into the coaching program, and we're off to the races.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, what I'm going to do here real quick, I've got the page pulled up here. Let me pull it up here, and I'm going to just share the page so people can see. Hopefully I don't screw up my internet. Technology is great when it works fine, but let's just share this here I'll share this a little bit. So hopefully everybody can see that. But as you can see here, this is a limited time. You just really launched this in the last, 2 or 3 days. You already have 1 person signed up. So these spots are going to fill up extremely fast. I'm almost certain they're going to. I mean, if they're not full by the end of this week, I'll be really surprised. But, as the word gets out here, because there's so many people that are looking at getting involved, but, a lot of stuff you just talked about here, with the overprice as far as the education, 12 to 20,000. And then, you've got some great information, some of your background testimonials, what things that you've done, a little bit of information here, your bio. And so, some testimonials and, some of your happy clients. And these are the little kiddos that you've worked with, I think. And so, you've got some of these things, and also, an FAQ section. So, I mean, you've really put a lot of time in the website and really answer a lot of the questions. So, and it's got your contact, right? Hang on, and I get a little thing showing up here. So it interferes with when I do screen share with my cheap, terrible internet that I have out here. But anyways, so I just wanted to kind of show this so you can see exactly what this website looks like. And this is a great, what you're doing here, I'm going to come out of screen share here, but that's safeswimminglessons.com. Is that correct, Trish?
Correct. Safeswimminglessons.com.
Okay. And, so that's just, that's why I say if this is not filled by the end of the week, I think I'll be surprised, because, as the word gets out, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you've been talking with some pretty, you know, I guess we could call them power players in the industry. You're also going to be at the NDPA conference in April too. So, and I know we have several people that are part of this group that are going to be there. Some of them may be here now, and what you're only going to be there for the first day or so, right?
I am. I'm going to be there for the first day. And actually, I've been asked to speak on how we teach, how we adapt the lessons for special needs children. With my background in wellness, we are seeing a huge, and I see it in my swim school. We have a serious issue. 1 in 32 boys is diagnosed with autism. And most of the time when we get the children, we get them from 6 months, and on, but they don't have a diagnosis yet. Right. You kind of see that they're learning a little different. They have a little, have more anxiety. They just have other issues, and they're not diagnosed yet, so the parents don't even know, but we kind of know that they're not learning at the same pace as the other children, or they're not reacting to the same thing. So over the past 18 years, as these numbers have increased and increased and increased, and I know a background of how these behaviors get changed with sensory issues and stuff like that. We have to let our instructors know how to adapt their lessons towards these children. So we make it a happy experience for the child and the parent, because most of the time it's extremely frustrating, for the parent to watch, why is my child not progressing like this other child that's going before them or after them? And so you have to be really cognizant and very very compassionate to the parents, that that they kind of realize that there's something a little off, but you have to kind of walk around that with kid gloves to not upset them, and just adapt the lesson so that it's successful for the child. And so that's what I'm going to be speaking on, some of the techniques that I have used for these children that work perfect. And these children learn when you know how to adapt it. These children progress at the same rate as any other child. So it's phenomenal. And that's what I'll be speaking on at the National Drowning Prevention Alliance.
Yeah, my wife just made a post there that says that she's really looking forward to meeting you there. So you and I have not met personally. You've also had a conversation too. There's a couple of people here that the one gentleman, David Bush with Guardian Life, guardianlife.com, who make the he doesn't make it, but he's the representative for the ST1, which is a wearable drowning detection device here for children, adults, whatever. It works in any type of water. I know you've had a conversation with him. It sounds like he is really supportive of what you're doing. The other one is Blake Collingsworth with Josh the Otter program. I think they're also interested in learning more about your program, because I think you're a pioneer in this industry. And like you said in the beginning, sometimes people, when they upset the apple cart, change things, there's always a definition to insanity: do the same thing over and over and over again, but expect different results. You said it in the beginning. There's not enough instructors. Why is there not enough instructors? We need to provide the solution, and you've got the solution to the problem. And it can start with just simply getting involved at a very, reduced rate, and get started now, right from the comfort of your own home, and start learning some basic skills, and then getting this in. And as a coach, but you're also a business person, so you can advise these people too on the business aspect of things too. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very well versed in marketing, social media. So yes, as they learn the skills and they want to grow their business, that is also part of the program. I'll be able to coach you through on how to, I spend zero on advertising, guys. I have a great referral. My mommy referral team is amazing. People post on Facebook and ask about swim lessons, and I've got 6 of my moms that respond right away. I don't even have to do anything. So, I'll teach you how to have amazing customer service and how to grow your business, because, this can be very financially rewarding for a mom that wants to do this part-time. And, there's a lot of moms out there that want to work from home and not have to go to a job. And so that their number one priority can be revolving around their children and their children's lives, which I think is so important. Also, I wanted to mention the first course is for 2 to 5 year olds. We will, once we perfect this course and we get this beta testing and we get this where we want it to be, then I'll start working on the second course, which will be the 6-month to 2-year-olds. And that course will involve, again, this will be a prerequisite. You'll have to take the 2 to 5 first, and then it will be an online based course, but then it will also include practical training, about a 5-day practical training with the infants in the water. And I hope that I will have groups around the country that I can go to those areas. So I'm traveling to the area. Not everybody's coming to me. I can travel to the area, have, time when we're in the water, and have hands-on practical experience to learn those skills with the infants, because that's a little bit more difficult. You do have to have the practical hands-on experience.
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I actually had that in my notes, but my phone is covering them up right now. But hey, Trish, I know this is our coffee break, so we don't want people to overstay their stay. But as we kind of wrap up here a little bit, I'm glad you mentioned about the infants. That is something that in the industry, like you said in the beginning, people want that practical hands-on experience. They have to travel and go, and you're really flipping that upside down, and you're coming to them for that hands-on for the infants, but they have to start with the 2-year-olds and go on up from there. So that is just awesome. So Trish, is there anything you want? Well, first of all, let's before we go here, is there anybody that might have some questions? I know it says here we've got I don't know, looks like 4 or 5 people maybe tuned in here, but if you have a question, obviously just put it in the comment section here, and we'll make sure there's a little bit of a delay between our live feed between Trish and I, and we're linked up to Facebook. So I think there's probably about a 90-second delay in that. So we'll give a little bit of time for somebody that might have a question to show up here in the news feed on our Facebook page. But Trish, is there anything you want to add while we're waiting to see if anybody has any questions?
Yeah, if you want to ask some specific questions to me regarding the course, feel free to send me an email at contact@tinyturtleswim.com, or I believe on that sales page there's the office number. Feel free to call me. I'll be able to jump on the phone and answer your questions or concerns regarding the course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that little bouncing noise was me dropping one of my stress balls. I tried to catch it, but it kind of slipped away and rolled across the floor. My floor is not very level here, but anyways, no, that's great. Yeah. And not only that, but because this is a private community and there's roughly, I think, 40 people that are part of this community right now, real easy. Just go to the members list and you'll see Trish there too. So you can just send her an instant message through this group and everything. So that would make it real easy. Also, if you have a question that might pop up, especially if you decide after you go check out the website. I'm sure people will go take a look at the website. And again, that website, I'm going to put it in here. Basically, let me go up here and I'll copy this in. I'm going to put it into, because it's up here at the top, but I know how I am. And sometimes, so we'll just put it back down here in the bottom. And also, let's see if it pops up right here. But it's got one of those really long links to it. I don't know what oh, wait a second. It didn't work right. So let me edit that up. Let's take all that other mumbo jumbo stuff out. It's got a lot of characters behind it. Oh, it works. It
Awesome.
has a little X in there, but I don't know. I guess it's because there's no picture, but it works. It takes up to, so it opens up the link. So go there. It's in the comment section. It's also up at the top up there. And we will also upload this to YouTube for a replay. And so people can share this, because from this page, this is not shareable. So we will upload this to our YouTube here probably within the hour. So that way, if anybody wants to view it again and again and again, or if they want to share it out and help Trish, because everybody here knows this is extremely important. Water safety. If you know my story, and I know there's some other people that are part of this group, that if our children had this skill, they would be alive. My daughter was 3. She was 2 weeks before her 4th birthday. And what Trish is talking about, teaching 2 to 5-year-olds, this is right in that prime group of that, leading cause of accidental and unintentional accidental death to children between the ages of 1 to 5. And so what she's talking about, 2 to 5-year-olds. And so you're going to be able to get to them while they're toddlers, probably teaching them that skill of learning to float. My daughter, if she would have had that skill, if somebody would have been able to teach her that or educated me about the importance of that, because I was one of those parents that didn't know. So, definitely learn about what Trish is doing, go to the website, and also refer that to somebody else. If it's not for you, that's fine. But refer that to somebody else. It might be, this would be a great stepping stone for people to get involved on the education process. And I don't see any questions coming in here, Trish. So any last words here, wisdom?
Thank you, Rich, for having me on this morning, and for working together to get this resolved, because it is something that can be resolved. I believe if enough people come together, we can resolve this. If we can educate and we can offer the resources, I believe that this is the way we can make this nationwide. So, getting this information that has cost so much money in the past and just getting it out there for a percentage of what it is, this is my giving back, getting this done. So Thank you so much for having me on this morning.
Well, you're welcome. And Yvonne Davies, she's here on this group. She just posted here that she also didn't know. So, I mean, their parents, every single parent that's lost a child from either a fatal or non-fatal drowning will tell you that exact same thing. We didn't know. There may be a small handful of parents that might have known this, but and maybe just didn't take action to put their children in. But for the most part, it's what we don't know, and then it's too late. You can't turn the clock back. So so if you're one of those people that are wanting to get involved, wanting to be an instructor, it's been on your goal list for the last in 2019 because you were waiting for the money. Here's a great opportunity. Okay. And so let's get her done, as what's his name says. Right. All righty. Hey, we're going to go ahead and end this here. We've been here for about 30 minutes. So let me find my little button here, but I do appreciate everybody for being here, and we'll make sure, I know a lot of people will be watching this as the day goes on. And so we will be checking back. If you got a question, just post them on the thread here or shoot it to Trish, and I'm sure she'll get you answered up. Right.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I will. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.